Rahul Kanwal. Was Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann deplaned at Frankfurt airport from a Lufthansa flight because he was drunk? This question has exploded in Punjab politics. We look at all aspects of the charges, the counter charges, the denials, and the mysterious silence. Coming up on the Newstrack tonight.
Big fight over Punjab Chief Minister's flight. Was Bhagwant Mann deplaned in Frankfurt? Opposition alleges the Chief Minister of Punjab was drunk. Aam Aadmi Party claims Bhagwant was unwell. Airline confirms delay but silent on Bhagwant. Bhagwant image haunts the Punjab Chief Minister. The big focus on Newstrack.
Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking tonight. Karnataka Congress Chief DK Shivakumar leaves ED office. He was questioned for 5 hours in a money laundering case. Congress calls it political vendetta. 3 accused in the Chandigarh MMS scandal sent to 7 days police custody. The hostel warden has been suspended. Jacqueline Fernandez's questioning by the Delhi police underway for 6 hours and counting. The actor is being grilled in connection with the 200 crore rupee Sukesh Chandrasekhar Khan scandal. Communal clashes break out in Leicester. Saffron flag outside temple torn by mob. Third such instance since the 28th of August. UK bids a final farewell to Queen Elizabeth II. She will be laid to rest next to her husband Prince Philip. World leaders pay a solemn tribute. There's a big political fight that has erupted over Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann's Frankfurt flight. AAP's political opponents are claiming that Bhagwant Mann was deplaned and the flight delayed because the Chief Minister was drunk. The flight operator, Lufthansa, has confirmed the flight was indeed delayed but hasn't made the reasons known. AAP claims Mann was unwell and that this is just an attempt to malign his image.
A politician who has long encountered the Bhagwant Mann nickname in his meteoric political career. An MP once accused of compromising parliament security.
हाउस के अंदर होता तो मैं हो सकता है तुरंत कुछ डिसीजन लिया जाता मेरी तरफ से, मगर ये हाउस के बाहर मगर पार्लियामेंट के अहाते में हुई घटना ये सब, तो ये सभी सोच करके हम कार्रवाई जरूर करेंगे, सब लोगों से विचार विमर्श करके.
And even of attending the house dead drunk.
मैं बहुत प्रताड़ित होता हूँ अब उस सीट पर बैठकर मेरे को वहाँ से बदला जाए. मैंने तो ये कहा है जी, इसका अभिप्राय तो यही है जी कि उधर से बदबू आती है.
Chased out of a gurdwara for the same reason.
मैं भगवंत मान ईश्वर दी.
Barely 6 months after taking over as Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann's past image has come to haunt him once again. Accusations swirling online and offline that the 48-year-old Aam Aadmi Party Chief Minister was offloaded or had to skip a scheduled flight from Frankfurt to Delhi last minute on Sunday because he had too much to drink. Bhagwant Mann is back from his 8-day trip to Germany, but political circles are abuzz with speculation over how and why he missed the first ever conclave of the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. On its part, the Aam Aadmi Party has rejected the accusations that its Punjab Chief Minister was offloaded drunk from his Delhi-bound flight.
इनमें से कौन था फ्लाइट में? अकाली दल वाले थे या कांग्रेस वाले थे? रीजन वही है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के अगेंस्ट और कोई मुद्दा नहीं है, इसलिए बेफालतू कैसे मुद्दे उठाए जा रहे हैं सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी को बदनाम करने के लिए.
इन्ना को कोई मुद्दा है नहीं कांग्रेस अकाली दल.
ਯਾਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੀਐਮ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗਏ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਿਹਤ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆ ਗਈ, ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਚੜ ਸਕੇ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਤੇ। ਇਹ ਕਿੱਡਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਮਸਲਾ ਜੀ, ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ। ਅਸਲੀਅਤ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਸਾਰੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਚੱਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਸਮਝਦੇ ਕਿ ਗੱਲ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੀਤ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਘਬਰਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਵਧੀਆ, ਸਭ ਅੱਛਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ।
But the Aam Aadmi Party and its government version offered no solace to the opposition parties in Punjab. Together they pounced on Bhagwant Mann and the Aam Aadmi Party leadership, armed as they were with the Chief Minister's past association with the liquor bottle. The leader of the opposition in Punjab has called for an investigation.
Ke banda jehda si, he was fully not in a position, you understand what I want to say. 4 ਘੰਟੇ ਫਲਾਈਟ ਡਿਲੇ ਹੋਈ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਲਗੇਜ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ 5-4 ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਜੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੀ ਵਾਸ ਨਾਟ ਅਲੋਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਨਾਲ ਸੀ, ਨਾਲ ਕੁਝ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਲਾਜ਼ਮ ਸੀ, ਕੋਈ IAS ਅਫਸਰ ਸੀ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਫਲਾਈਟ ਤੋਂ ਉਤਾਰਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ। ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸ਼ੇਮ।
Akali Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal echoed the charge, accusing the Chief Minister of embarrassing the Punjabi community worldwide. In its statement, airline Lufthansa attributed the delayed departure of its Delhi-bound plane to a delay in an inbound flight. But the airline refused to share any further information. For the record, Bhagwant Mann took a teetotal pledge at a public rally in Barnala with his mother by his side 3 years ago. With his Aam Aadmi Party putting up a stout defence against a new round of allegations, the Chief Minister himself tweeted out a video on a different political subject. He announced taking a trust vote on September the 22nd, insisting there were attempts to bribe his party MLAs and bring down his new government.
ਉਹ 22 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਵੀਰਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ। ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਖਾ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ MLA ਨੇ, ਚੁਣੇ ਹੋਏ MLA ਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ, ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਰੰਗਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਨੇ।
The rise of a mauled opposition into a sober conscious political class. Politicians beware of hangovers when in Punjab.
Aam Aadmi Party is slamming the opposition parties, saying they do not have much. But several people are not talking about the credibility, and it's going to be a challenge for the Aam Aadmi Party that in season of controversies, how they really take on this particular matter. With camera person Girish, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Chandigarh for India Today.
Now, the statement that was put out by the airline Lufthansa raises more questions than it answers. I want to take our viewers through the statement because the airline agrees that the flight departed later than planned. This apparently was 4 hours delayed. They don't though explain the reason behind the delay. They don't explain whether Bhagwant Mann was indeed drunk and whether that's the reason the flight got delayed. Instead saying because of personal and privacy reasons, they cannot get into why the flight was delayed. They could have just denied the fact that the Chief Minister of Punjab was drunk. They're, however, saying that there was a delay in the inbound flight, which is what caused the delay. There was a change in the aircraft, which is what led to the delay. We cannot provide more information on account of reasons linked to privacy. Now, what is it about this aspect of privacy that Lufthansa couldn't have simply denied? This has become a big political issue. You've got the Aam Aadmi Party saying that this is a conspiracy. The Chief Minister's past track record on alcohol is highly problematic. On multiple occasions, he has been caught out drunk in public, and before the elections, Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister and AAP Supremo, said that Bhagwant Mann had promised to him that he will not be drinking anymore and that this was a clean, sober Bhagwant Mann. Bhagwant Mann hasn't come out personally and denied the charges either. He spoke about wanting to run a vote of confidence on the 22nd of September. Nobody's asked for a vote of confidence, but he still wants to do it like the AAP did in Delhi. Is this problematic? Is Bhagwant Mann's old drinking problem and his image of being someone who has problem with liquor now haunting the Punjab AAP government? Or is this really just an attempt by the political opposition to take the Aam Aadmi Party government down because you've got the AAP gaining ground as it claims in Gujarat, and that's something which other national political parties like the Congress and the BJP have massive problems with. Joining me on this broadcast, I want to welcome, representing the Shiromani Akali Dal, Jangveer Singh, its spokesperson. Arshpreet Khadial joins us from the Congress. I want to tell our viewers that the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have decided not to join a debate on this topic. I have Ramesh Vinayak, he's a senior editor from Chandigarh. We've got Ravi Srivastav, who's a political analyst. He leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party and will give us, to the extent possible, a perspective of what Kejriwal, AAP and Bhagwant Mann would be saying. Now, I don't understand, Ravi Srivastav, why the AAP isn't on this debate, why this couldn't have been denied emphatically by the Chief Minister himself. Bhagwant Mann came to Delhi, met Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal in the past has spoken of Bhagwant Mann's promises of moving away from alcohol. Lufthansa's statement accepts that there's a delay, doesn't directly say that Bhagwant Mann wasn't deplaned. There are lots of mysterious gaps in this story. Do you think Bhagwant Mann's past record of having a problem with alcohol is now becoming a central point of his chief ministership?
Rahul, first of all, drinking in private or in personal capacity is not a crime under any penal code as such, right? The other thing is that I think we should come out of his past image, whatever was built up in that when he was a parliament member or when he was in other forums. So I think it is. I think it's only a slanderous campaign to malign the image of Punjab Chief Minister. The opposition is totally rattled because the way past election has put them on a marginal space with the 92 MLAs. I think they are finding every opportunity and clinging upon.
No, but here's the thing. Given how quick Aam Aadmi Party is in responding to the news cycle, and the fact that Bhagwant Mann did put out a video today talking about a trust vote on the 22nd, a vote of confidence that nobody's really asked for, he could have just come out and said, I put my hand on my heart and I say I wasn't deplaned because I wasn't drunk. He hasn't said that. There's a delay. The delay is unexplained. Bhagwant Mann or Kejriwal himself haven't come and said this isn't true.
I totally disagree with you. I think does not need any explanation. That, what you expect someone to say, no, I was not drunk, I was not deplaned. Why should he say so? Did you find out? You investigate, you probe that what was the reason? Airline has clearly said it that the reason for delay were beyond their control. It was due to the inbound flight was delayed. So why should the Aam Aadmi Party, or for that matter Bhagwant Mann, or for that matter Arvind Kejriwal should come on board and say, no, he was not drunk, he was sober, the flight was delayed, he was unwell, the flight was changed and the aircraft was changed, he travelled by the other aircraft.
Okay, so let Arshpreet Khadial respond to this. Ravi Srivastav says there is no need for an explanation. Lufthansa's statement talks about there being a technical problem, the incoming flight being delayed, nothing about Bhagwant Mann being inebriated. And why should Bhagwant Mann come out and give a clarification? AAP has said he wasn't drunk. If you have any evidence, prove it. All the Congress and the Akalis have are some salacious statements made by people on social media without a shred of evidence to back what they're saying.
See, there's never smoke without fire. And number two, I think just because something has not been witnessed or seen by us does not mean that the incident hasn't happened in the first place.
But it doesn't mean that it's happened either.
Of course,
it doesn't mean it's happened either.
Rahul, I'm coming to that, Rahul. Allow me the time. So therefore, there are many incidents that happen, throughout the country. Just because we do not see them doesn't mean that they're not happening in the first place. However, that is a matter of inquiry. And, I happen to be a lawyer myself. I practice the Supreme Court and the Punjab High Court. So I can tell you this thing, that this does not involve an ocular account. This does not involve, some direct evidence, but there is definitely a chain of circumstances. which is circumstantial evidence, which is called in the law. So
No, but if you're a lawyer, no smoke without fire is not a legal argument. That's a rhetorical argument.
No,
Where is the evidence apart from a few random social media posts where this charge is leveled, and some of those people who leveled the charges later deleted those social media posts, and that makes it even more mysterious. When they're leveling the charge, they're deleting that charge. This, if you're a lawyer of any repute, smoke without fire is hardly a legal argument, Ashpreet.
One, I'm not in the court, Rahul. I'm not in the court. I'm not addressing a judge. Please understand that. And number two, I'm coming to the chain if you would allow me the time, because you've already interrupted me twice in one answer. So please hear me out. Number one, the flight was delayed without a question. Everybody knows that. Mr. Mann went there and the luggage was taken out. Everybody knows that. 3, there is a history. Everybody knows that. And number 4, he has been questioned and there have been posts, even though they have been deleted. It's a chain of circumstances you see. So therefore, Aam Aadmi Party that writes down everything and gives it, that this person is losing, which is all about evidence and, cogent things and everything, they should come up and they should basically show a health certificate that, see, this was the problem that we were dealing with. That's why we had to deboard. Or what they could also do is they could throw a challenge at us in order to prove us wrong and undergo a drug test. Everybody would know if it was true or not. Because Aam Aadmi Party has a habit of writing down things and throwing challenges at other people and other parties. Now would be the best time, because there are people who are questioning the Aam Aadmi Party as to why did the BMW fiasco happen in the first place when Mr. Mann was there, because Mr. Mann apparently said that the BMW manufacturing unit was coming.
No, that's a different matter. I'm on the issue of exactly alcohol at this moment.
But people are questioning it.
Now this is the larger problem, Ravi Srivastava, and I can tell our viewers that in the past, in the 2017 Assembly election campaign, I personally was made to wait for several hours by candidate Bhagwant Mann because he had had too much alcohol the last night and it took him a certain amount of time to get it together, bring himself together the next morning. So an interview which was scheduled for 10 a.m. actually happened around 1 or 2. But that is in the past, according to Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party. And they're saying that now this is a new Kejriwal, this is a new AAP, this is a new Bhagwant Mann, and that he's no longer got this problem with alcohol. However, no one has come out and said categorically at a senior level that this didn't happen. Arshpreet Khadiyal says there is a chain of circumstance. The flight getting delayed, Bhagwant Mann having this problem, and that the problem, he's been chased out of Gurdwaras. MPs sitting next to him in Parliament have said they won't sit next to him because his mouth reeks of alcohol. Now, these are a part of the past of Bhagwant Mann, and there is no going away from those realities. Ravi Srivastava, the chain of circumstances suggests that dal mein kuch kala hai.
No, actually, my friend advocate is just trying to make the 2 + 2 is equal to 5, some kind of circumstantial evidence. Will you tell me that which national or international flight does an alcohol check on the passengers before boarding? I don't think.
No, but if you behave inappropriately, that's true. No, that is true. But if you're all over the place, you're jhoom barabar, jhoom sharabi, you're not being able to walk properly, that's when you get deboarded. You obviously have to do something really radical for the airline staff to deboard you. If you've had, everybody sits in a lounge and has a couple of drinks, that's not a problem. So obviously this was at a much higher level than just 1 or 2 drinks.
No, I don't think that was the case, because anyway, this can be probed, this can be inquired, this can be investigated and found out. But I think as far as the airline statement is concerned, it is very, very clear and categorical, and there is no question of having any such incident over there, because such things will bring shame to the nation as such if it had really happened.
Let Jangveer Singh respond to
sure it had not happened as such. Yes.
Your point that there is no evidence. At this moment, there isn't a single shred of incontrovertible evidence to suggest that Bhagwant Mann was drunk. You got some passengers apparently sitting in that flight, putting out posts, those posts later getting deleted. You have no evidence to back this claim.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I am.
Hello.
Yes, please go on.
First of all, I'd like to tell you, Rahul, you are a proud Punjabi. So am I, and so are countless others. See what is going through our hearts. We are all hurt. We are feeling, as if, some Punjabi, he has lowered the prestige of the entire community. This
I'm sorry, I don't know why you're making it about Punjabis and Punjabis. This is about one man who faces charges. I'm sorry, don't make this about the larger community or the larger state.
Please, it is. One man is being typecast as a drunkard worldwide. One man is being typecast as a drunkard.
You are the ones who are typecasting him without evidence.
I am worried about the image of Punjabis.
Sir, you are typecasting him. I'm saying, where is the evidence?
No, see,
show me the evidence.
Okay, we will talk about that. Let me talk about that. Independent media has talked about this. There have been, reports of, passengers talking about it. You tell me one thing, Rahulji. If Bhagwant Mann was unwell, why did he board the taxi to the airport? Why did he get down? Why did he walk to the aircraft? Why did he get inside? And once inside, why was he deplaned? There has to be some rational explanation. And if he was so unwell, why did he board a flight after some hours? Why is he here now? He should have been in some hospital in Germany. Obviously, this is all, all excuses because he was drunk. And not only that, look at the response, Ravi should tell us, look at the response of Aam Aadmi Party. First they said this is bakwas. When that did not wash, could not wash away the stain, then they said that he was supposed to come on 18th. When they were told that, he was supposed to attend this conclave, it was a national level conclave, he was supposed to be present. Then the third spokesperson said that he was unwell. Well, have they told us what happened? Have they given any report from any hospital in Germany? If he was unwell, was he rushed to hospital?
Now, this is an important point. Let Ravi Srivastava respond to the point that Jangveer Singh is making. If the Chief Minister is indeed unwell, how does he get fixed so soon? Unless he was inebriated and became sober a few hours later, which is completely possible. But if he is actually unwell, show us the health certificate, show us what medical problem he has, and how does he get well so soon after?
No, first, my friend tried to exploit a Punjabi sentiment, which I totally oppose. It is unwanted, undesirable. As far as this sickness is concerned,
you may keep saying all this.
There could be 100 things. Somebody can have a headache, somebody can have a stomach ache, somebody can have a nausea, somebody can have all those kind of minor things which can be recovered with a passage of time, with a little time, with a 4 hours or 6 hours, or with a slight medication. Where the need for a medical certificate, where the need for hospitalization in Germany, where is the need for other passengers giving a certificate? No, he was not inebriated, he was sober. What kind of statements are these?
No, but think about this logically, Ravi Srivastava. Think of this logically. If you are well, no, one second, sir. Just let me pause you to say, if you are well,
you are unwell,
you will go towards the airport to try and board a flight. If you are unwell and you know this, you will stay in your hotel and not go to the airport at all. How is it that you are well when you go to the airport and something happens at the airport which makes you unwell between the time that you're in the airport and you board the flight, which makes you want to come back from the plane or forces you to come back from the plane? There is a problem with that whole sequence. If he was unwell, he wouldn't have left from the hotel to the airport in the first place.
See, my other friend is trying to make a ball-to-ball commentary as if he was watching Mr. Bhagwant Mann in Germany from a microfying lens or something like that. I don't think that this is really a case where such
and you are trying,
stretched out imaginary statements should be made.
You are not being honorable. You are not being honorable by lying on behalf of Aam Aadmi Party.
There is no incontrovertible evidence that Mr. Bhagwant Mann was.
You shouldn't lie.
Okay, Jangveer, let him speak, please.
He was deplaned. The airline has never said that he was deplaned. Show me a statement anywhere.
Now, Ramesh Vinayak, you are looking at this in as bipartisan
fashion. It has respected individual's privacy.
No, one second. Ramesh Vinayak, you're looking at this in a non-partisan fashion. on the basis of the evidence that we have available before us, where do you think the truth really lies?
Rahul, good evening. I guess that what has led to this heady political controversy is the fact that Chief Minister has chosen to stay silent on this issue. I think, Mr. Bhagwant Mann has been one of the most active Chief Minister we have seen in recent history of Punjab, who is very proactive on social media. But surprisingly, he has maintained a studied silence on this issue. While I guess that he should have cleared the air, when the controversy broke out, and after he landed in Delhi, he issued a kind of video statement, about, summoning Punjab session on September 22nd. But he hasn't said a word about this whole issue. And as you said, that his silence and his history of alcoholic problem is led to this cocktail of controversy, I would say. And unless, he himself clears the air or the Chief Minister office, steps in, I think it will land ammunition.
Now here it comes back to the same problem, that Kejriwal hasn't spoken, the CM's office hasn't spoken, the Chief Minister hasn't spoken. He could have put out a statement on video or on Twitter, wherever he wanted, saying, I wasn't drunk, I wasn't deplaned. He hasn't said this, and given his past track record, that is what makes this a very controversial cocktail. Ravi Srivastava.
Rahul, still I am saying that some kind of statement would definitely be forthcoming from the entourage which had gone with him. I think they may give some statement, or the state of Punjab, whosoever was representing the state there will come out with some statement on this particular issue, should come out. But the fact is that it is not worth commenting, because the whole thing is imaginary.
They will react after 10 days.
On some kind of circumstantial things like his past and all those things. I don't think that there is any need for explaining to people. He has already said it. 22nd, he is going to have a confidence motion in the assembly. And
no, but that confidence motion also seems to be rather symbolic. Nobody's asked for a one second. Nobody's really asked for him to prove his majority on the floor of the House, despite that he wants to do this confidence motion.
No, because AAP has only said that the BJP was trying to break that faction over with a 20 crore rupees offer. So he has to show his confidence that all his MLAs
these are the tricks.
Ravi Srivastava, that is laughable, because the BJP is only a fringe player in Punjab. They cannot take away so many AAP MLAs to be able to form a government. This makes sense in a situation like Karnataka, where you're close to being able to form the government. You have 105 odd MLAs, you get 15, 20 more, you can form the government. This makes sense in a state like Madhya Pradesh, where you're close to being able to form a government. You get some from the Congress with Jyotiraditya Scindia, you can form the government. In Punjab, if the BJP were to try and poach AAP MLAs, that would be a fool's bargain. That makes no sense at all. This just seems to be an effort to try and win sympathy by suggesting that there is an op lotus underway. There is no evidence to prove that either.
I think, Rahul, for that also FIR has been filed for some MLAs, and let us see that what comes out of it. And the same explanation holds good for Delhi also. But there are 62 MLAs, but still efforts were made just to malign the party and just to show that we can break your unity. Because luckily the AAP has not even a single MLA could be purchased by BJP in last 8 years.
The FIR that has been registered in Punjab has been registered against unknown people. Sorry, I'd like to correct you here. You are saying that the FIR has already been registered against the operation. I'm sorry.
Okay, one second. Let Ashdeep Khadial speak.
It's been registered. The FIR that he's tom-tomming about has been registered against unknown people.
This is the favorite Dhanushri tactic.
Unknown people are who have been named in the FIR, number one. No action has been taken at all whatsoever. Nobody has been nabbed at all whatsoever. There is no evidence. However, the Aam Aadmi Party did say that the BJP did this. Now, all we are saying is that the Aam Aadmi Party conducts an inquiry by itself. See, Aam Aadmi Party wouldn't come to the fore and admit, that CSP did it. They would never ever say that. Obviously, anyone, even if somebody does it, they would want to brush it under the carpet. They would want to cover it all up. It is for others to make sure that the truth comes out and Aam Aadmi Party.
It's a track record. It's a track record of the BJP who has done it in 9 states.
Ravi ji,
It's a track record of the
if you're
BJP.
serious about
We have done it. And we have done it in Delhi also. When Sagar was caught.
Please
We have
allow
done
me
it in Delhi
Okay,
also.
one at a time. I can't have both guests speaking
Please
at the
allow
same
me
time.
5
I'm out of time on this debate. Just 1 second. Jangveer Singh, final points before I wrap up.
Just I want to say one thing. If AAP is not afraid of anything, why doesn't it, recommend a CBI inquiry into this? If it does not want a CBI inquiry, why doesn't it have a High Court monitored inquiry into this? The truth will come out. Why do they want to make allegations which are not substantiated by any facts? They are saying that the MLA was attacked. Where is that FIR about the attack? Where did the attack happen? They are saying that the MLA got death threats. Where is the forensic evidence? Why have not the mobile phones numbers been made public? Nothing has come out because they are doing what they did in Delhi. This is all diversionary tactic. They want to show that we are holier than thou, and then Congress MLAs are being purchased. Our MLAs can't be purchased. But where they also want to hide this, obviously this Germany fiasco. They want to change this narrative. So these guys are
Okay, so I'm out of time on this debate. Here's what I wish to say in conclusion. The fact that Arvind Kejriwal knows that alcohol is Bhagwant Mann's biggest problem has been known to everyone in AAP and everyone who tracks politics for the longest time, which is also what held up Bhagwant Mann being announced as the chief ministerial candidate of AAP before the elections, because they knew that this could become a problem later. It is also true that during the campaign, Bhagwant Mann for large periods was off alcohol and that there was a very strict vigil. And they try and maintain as much of a vigil as possible, but when the chief minister is traveling, he's by himself. Is there as much of a control and check and balance as there would be ordinarily? That remains to be seen. Now, the big question is, why doesn't the chief minister just come out and deny that any such thing happened? Kejriwal hasn't denied it. Very often, we see the Delhi chief minister say, "Maine apni inquiry kar li, I'm telling you Manish Sisodia is innocent. I've done my inquiry and it says so." In this case, he hasn't come out and said that either. This issue will continue to boil. We will look at how the situation evolves. It's also true that AAP is indeed gaining ground, trying to improve its presence in Gujarat, and that has got big political parties like the BJP and the Congress a bit unsettled, and they're trying to find reasons to target AAP leaders. All of this is true. There are lots of smoke and mirrors at play as well. We will track what happens. We're sticking simply to the facts, and there are several facts in this story which seem to suggest that there is a problem. He heads to the airport. He's obviously well when he's leaving from the hotel to the airport. Something happens at the airport. At this moment, we don't know what it was. Was it him consuming too much alcohol or not? We don't know. Something happens which leads to him coming back. Obviously, whatever that ill health was gets fixed very quickly, which means it couldn't have been a very serious health issue, because if it is, it wouldn't have got resolved so quickly, which enables him to take a flight a few hours later. He comes to Delhi, meets the Delhi chief minister, gives his side of the story, after which we haven't heard from the CM of Punjab or of Delhi. And we know that on the 22nd, there will be a trust vote of the kind that we saw in the capital. We will track what happens. We don't take sides. We examine all sides of the issue, bring them out in as non-partisan a fashion as we can, and then leave it to you to decide who you think at this moment seems to be carrying the argument. Where does the weight of evidence really lie? I'm slipping into a break. When I come back, Karnataka Congress Chief DK Shivakumar questioned for 5 hours in a money laundering case. Congress calls it political vendetta. Details coming up on the other side.
I noticed something new. You've started using a new body lotion. Fun.
I'm so sorry for the delay. I was on another call. It just kept going on.
No, Papa. You were in a steam bath.
Steam bath? At home?
Two steam bath he takes.
Go to your homework.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one. Hey, I noticed something new. You've started using a new body lotion. Fun.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
I can't count the number of times my teachers have said, okay, we're letting you go this time, but only because we're big fans of your father, because I was quite naughty in school. Whatever little I have achieved today is not because of wanting to step out of his shadow. I think I'm more than delighted to be, addressed as his daughter and very, very proud of his achievements. We call him Buddha at home.
You call him Buddha at home?
At home, and within our friends and family circle, he's known as Buddha, because even without
They
realizing,
actually want
he's
to call
always...
me Buddha, but...
Co-presented by Only OLX Autos gives the best price for your car.
Tonight at 9 p.m. on the news today with me, Rajdeep Sardesai. It's been described as one of the biggest state funerals ever. The funeral of Queen Elizabeth of Britain sees more than 2,000 guests attending it, including heads of state from across the world. Is the monarchy still relevant is one of our talking points. Also, the women in Iran are hitting the streets protesting against hijab. Are they sending out a signal to the Islamic world? And how do the villagers in Madhya Pradesh see the arrival of the cheetah? All that and much more on the news today.
You're on board the Newstrack. Karnataka Congress chief DK Shivakumar was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in the capital today. DK was grilled for over 5 hours in connection with a money laundering case. The Congress Neta says he is being harassed for speaking up against issues such as unemployment and price rise.
Money laundering case is back to haunt DK Shivakumar. The Karnataka Congress chief appeared before the Enforcement Directorate on Monday. ED officers grilled Shivakumar in connection to a 2017 case against him. The Income Tax Department had claimed to have detected unaccounted wealth to the tune of 429 crore rupees linked to the Congress troubleshooter. In 2017, 4 properties in Delhi allegedly linked to Shivakumar were raided by the IT department. The taxmen seized 8.5 crore rupees in the raids. In September 2019, the ED arrested Shivakumar. The ED is investigating the Congress leader for allegedly laundering money through shell companies. Shivakumar has questioned the timing of the summons, saying he has been called while the assembly session is on and just days before Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra enters Karnataka. Congress leaders are accusing the centre of vendetta politics.
Wherever the opposition parties are strong, there they wanted to curtail the opposition parties for the national level and state level. We are ahead of elections. I think for that they wanted to tie Shivakumar to not to move around the state or anything.
We have been always saying that central government is misusing these agencies, and now it's another example.
The fresh rounds of questioning is a big setback for Shivakumar, considering it comes just before Rahul Gandhi's 22-day Karnataka visit as part of his Bharat Jodo campaign.
Amid the allegations of harassment, the Enforcement Directorate has slapped another case against the Congress leader. Sources say the new case by the Enforcement Directorate against D.K. Shivakumar is based on an FIR filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation under the corruption charges. Munish Pandey in Delhi for India.
Trinamool leader Madan Mitra has courted controversy by claiming that those involved in violence and attacks on the police during BJP's recent march to the West Bengal Secretariat can be taught a lesson in just 10 minutes. The former state minister's comments came close on the heels of TMC General Secretary and MP Abhishek Banerjee's remarks, saying, "If I was there, I would have shot the violent protesters in the head."
First violence during BJP's mega Kolkata Chalo march last week. The explosive face-offs on streets of Kolkata and Havda. And now comes an open warning from TMC of a violent reprisal using crude bombs. TMC leader Madan Mitra issued a dire threat against the opposition BJP over the street clashes, promising to counter in just 10 minutes using bike-borne crude bomb attackers.
আমি যদি মনে করি এখানটা ফাঁকা করব, দুটো মোটর বাইক দিয়ে দুটো ছেলে চারটে বোম মারবে, ফাঁকা হয়ে যাবে। এর মধ্যে কোনো ক্রেডিট নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো নেই, এটা গুন্ডাদের কাজ।
Mitra's crude bomb threat comes days after Mamata Banerjee's nephew Abhishek had openly threatened to shoot violent BJP protesters in the head.
আমার সামনে যদি পুলিশের গাড়িতে আগুন জ্বলতো বা এইভাবে পুলিশের উপর আক্রমণ হতো, আমি এখানে শুট করতাম মাথার উপরে। আপনি যে সংযম, ধৈর্য এবং সহনশীলতার পরিচয় দিয়েছেন, আমি কুর্নিশ জানাই আপনাদের মতো অফিসারদের। এবং এরকম অফিসার ফোর্সে রয়েছে বলেই কলকাতা আজকে সবথেকে নিরাপদ শহর।
Madan Mitra claimed he was misquoted and doesn't back violence.
मैंने बोला कि 2 दिन तक बीजेपी पूरा दंगा फसाद गुंडाई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इसमें कोई करिश्मा, कोई हीरोइज्म नहीं, एक कावर्ड जैसा ये एक्टिविटीज है। 1000 लड़की वहां पे खड़ा था, हम बोला 2 आदमी जाएगा मोटर बाइक लेके 2 बम मारेगा, 10 मिनट में फाका हो जाएगा। ये मैं नहीं कहा कि मैं बम मारूंगा।
The BJP claimed that desperate TMC is increasingly making threats to intimidate the opposition.
ये मदन बाबू बार बार ये ड्रामा करते रहते हैं और इस विषय को हम लोगों का इतना क्या बोले, बहुत ही डाइल्यूटेड आर्ग्यूमेंट, तो उसमें मुझे नहीं लगता कि मुझे कमेंट करने का कुछ है।
The BJP's Nabonna Chalo protest march to the state secretariat had turned violent last week after party supporters and workers clashed with the police, turning it into another BJP versus TMC flashpoint in West Bengal. Bureau Report, India Today.
I've got information coming in that Dr. Shashi Tharoor, the Congress's member of parliament from Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala, met with Congress President Sonia Gandhi today and told her that he intends to contest the Congress presidential elections. And she's apparently consented. Joining us for more details on this is Mausami Singh, who's been tracking this Bharat Jodo Yatra very closely. We're also learning that Ashok Gehlot is also likely to file his nomination during the Navratra. Mausami, Ashok Gehlot versus Shashi Tharoor, is that what the Congress presidential election is going to be about?
Pretty clear today that after the meeting that she had with Sonia Gandhi, he did go to meet Sonia Gandhi to discuss the elections, and Sonia Gandhi, our sources do tell us that Sonia Gandhi did indicate that there was no official date for the elections to the president's post, and thereby anybody was free to contest. So clearly that indication we would probably see a contest on the cards. We are already hearing the name of Ashok Gehlot, and now this is really clear that Shashi Tharoor could also throw his hat in the ring. He had gone to get a go-ahead from Mrs. Gandhi there, trying to understand why the resolutions were being passed as far as making Rahul Gandhi the president was concerned from several states. I did also discuss his intention to contest the elections. He's got a go-ahead. So we will see Shashi Tharoor contest the elections, and also the name of Ashok Gehlot is doing the round. So this will be a historic election where you will see a contest that is happening for the post of the president.
So you have some sense of the dynamics within the Electoral College in the Congress. If Ashok Gehlot is largely seen as being the proxy of the Gandhi family, and you've got Shashi Tharoor who is throwing his hat in the ring because it's often said that nobody is fighting, someone should. So he says, okay, let me take up the mantle, and he does. Is this likely to be a foregone conclusion that Ashok Gehlot will win, or does Shashi Tharoor have a fighting chance?
You know, Rahul, there has been a lot of speculation as far as the Electoral College is concerned for making the list public, and the names, whether it was a selection or election. There are almost 9,000 voters in the Electoral College if you look at the delegates list. And Shashi Tharoor apparently was satisfied. We've spoken to him when he was here in Thiruvananthapuram, and he was pretty satisfied with the answers that he got from the election authority. But that said, there is a chance that if there is a Gandhi nominee, then the chances are heavily stacked in favor of the Gandhi nominee, because there have been hardly any elections to the Electoral College. It's been more of a selection process, and this has been ever since and any time that the elections have really taken place in the Congress, the Electoral College is more or less selected and there is a consensus. But yes, odds will be stacked in favor of a nominee if it is a Gandhi family nominee. But importantly, you never know what people are holding close to their hearts.
Okay, so in terms of erudition or elocution, it's very different to find two people more different than Ashok Gehlot and Shashi Tharoor. One, arguably amongst the finest speakers in English in India, amongst our political establishment, and the other, struggles to, he's a very shrewd politician, but struggles to communicate effectively while speaking in public. And he's up against the likes of, say, Narendra Modi, who is, again, amongst the finest communicators of our times. So this will be an interesting contest, Ashok Gehlot versus Shashi Tharoor. Shashi, it seems, is keen on fighting. That's what he spoke to Sonia Gandhi about. Sonia Gandhi seems to have given her go-ahead to Shashi Tharoor to go ahead and fight, saying that there is no official Congress nominee. Now the question is, does he stand a fighting chance? We will track this story very closely. Rajdeep will have more for you when he comes up with News Today at 9. But I want to come back to our next story now. Protests have broken out in Iran after the death of Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old woman. Amini was arrested by the country's morality police for improperly donning the hijab as she had not completely covered her hair. Iranian women are now chopping off their hair and burning their hijabs, saying they are fed up of gender apartheid.
Chopping off their hair, burning their headscarves in the streets. This is the movement against the hijab that has gripped Iran. And what started this campaign by women is the horrific death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini at the hands of the morality police. Assaulted and killed for not wearing a hijab, Mahsa's demise has sparked a ferocious movement by women for change. No crackdown by forces stopped them. Security forces injured some of the peaceful protesters in Kurdistan, but people of Singhez and Sanandaj took to the streets with the message, "We are all Mahsa Amini." Women were seen removing their headscarves to make it clear that the imposition of hijab will no longer be tolerated. Some protesters were even seen cutting and chopping off their hair in protest. Hundreds of students also gathered at the Tehran University. Men and women together were seen marching and chanting a simple message of woman, life, freedom. The protest has put the focus firmly on how Iran has regressed from before the Islamic Revolution, when women roamed freely, wearing whatever they wanted, to today, where the price for not wearing the hijab could be death. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where I wrap up the Newstrack tonight. Rajdeep Sardesai will have more on the Congress presidential elections and a lot more when he comes up with News Today at 9. I look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here in the India Today Mediaplex, goodbye, good night.
Obviously, the biggest and most talked about story internationally right now is the death of Queen Elizabeth II. After a week of a